Alright, so we finished the prologue, and let's go to the actual first mission. Target 1, Sunset. Oh no, it's two guy! We have a red moon this time. That's cool. Suda has like a fascination with like moons, assassins, and blood for some reason.
Now, international eyes were on the elimination of the intercontinental missiles that posed the biggest threat to world peace. In order to eliminate these weapons of mass destruction, they were launched outside the Earth's atmosphere and intercepted by other missiles, exploding them on contact. People around the world watched these explosions light up the sky, as if they were some kind of dazzling light show. These explosions, later known as the missile shows, became the symbol of world peace. The world was filled with hope. But a new threat was on the rise. At the signing ceremony of the UN's World Security Treaty in the year 2003, a new breed of terrorists, who called themselves Smiling Faces, attacked the ceremony. The devastating attack caught the international society by surprise and temporarily crippled key operations in the United Nations. That assault was aimed at nothing other than using terrorism to create terror. Fear spread throughout the nations like wildfire. There was nothing the police or the military could do to counter the Smiling Faces. The only ones who had any chance of stopping these Smiling Faces were the omniscient and almost godlike professional assassins. The key players behind the scenes of the four powers utilized their connections and called upon the group known as Killer7. Their only hope rested with them.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, Mr. Smith. The election is drawing near. Have you decided on your vote? If you haven't, please let the Republic Party make the most of your precious vote. Thank you and have a nice day.
Precious vote? Yeah, right.
So there goes a pretty hefty amount of the budget, which was in that animation. I'm not sure who did the animation, but it was really good. And I am playing the GameCube version, so there is 2 discs compared to the PS2 one, and that's mainly why there is two discs, is because of the short animations. And here's this very, very weird relationship.
What? You want to eat? Make it fast, okay? I have to go to class at 9.
And if you didn't think this game could get any weirder, it does get a little bit more weird.
Ah, Garcian. How long has it been?
The master is awake.
Garcian, relax.
As you wish, Master. There's an important message for you.
Ah, yes. I've felt it. An old friend is trying to bring down a country.
I will contact you.
If there are visitors for me, call.
As you wish.
Samantha, the lights.
As you wish, master. It's time. Can I go now?
Yeah. Thanks.
See you tomorrow, then. Thanks. Mwah.
Alrighty. Not much I could say about that. But one thing I forgot to mention, I couldn't think of it for some reason, is the cell shading. Cell shading is very harsh and there's a lot of yelling. I don't know where that's from. Cell shading, it reminds me of that one movie with Keanu Reeves in it. A Scanner Darkly, I think is what it was. A really nice looking movie, but I don't think I've ever watched it. But the style very much reminds me of that, so it's very interesting, the cell shading. And not many games have done this type of cell shading. I know a lot of cartoons, or 3D cartoons, like Reboot has done it.
Wait, look at this.
What is this? A bug in the system?
No, sir, it's reading right. There's 200.
What the hell? A country could disappear off the map. Do you have the impact point yet?
Yes, sir. It's Japan.
What? Are the fireworks ready? No, forget it. Japan is our ally. No, we're not authorized to make that kind of decision. Forget authorization. We have to do something now or else. We can't just let it happen. Get the president on the line. This is an emergency call for the president. Mr. President, this is Spencer speaking, sir. 200 pulsars have been fired towards Japan. We're unable to compute their trajectory since we're avoiding the computation time lag. Interception can only commence 2 hours before initial impact. Shall we launch the fireworks? Mr. President, your assessment, sir.
I actually really like those guys, they're pretty funny. Pretty hilarious.
Where are they headed?
Japan.
Washington?
Restaurant Fukushima. It's a popular joint.
And the target?
The owner of the place, Toru Fukushima. See, he's the middleman between the Japanese UN representatives and our government.
A government job?
It's a job from all the parties. Japan has turned against us.
So that's why they're gonna hit Japan?
Well, it's a possibility. It depends on how they move.
Oh, it'll be a blow, all right. What will happen to Japan?
It's up to the president. They have 18 hours.
All hell's gonna break loose over in Washington. And I sure as hell don't want to be there.
If, for some reason, you need help, go see a guy named Kasai. He's well informed, especially about the Japanese movement. You got all the details in there, okay? This time, the string puller is Fukushima. Now, the integrity and the true worth of Japan is at stake here.
Do I get to play now? Can I play game? Get rid of the governor, Toru Fukushima, alright. That's our job for this one. And again, the art style is fantastic. This cell shading, this type of cell shading is awesome. When done correctly, of course. Oh man, delicious. I love sushi. Let's go get some. I want some. I think I've talked about art style in video games and graphics, and I think a lot of people would probably agree with me that Realism is kind of not really that cool anymore in video games, at least for me. And whenever video games try to do realism nowadays... Whoa, headbutt. It just doesn't hold up. Especially in the long run, like a few years down the line and then you go back to a realistic game, it just doesn't look as good.
Irashamase, welcome. How many in your party, sir?
I want to talk to the owner.
May I ask what it's concerning?
Yeah, I'm here to kill Mr. Fukushima.
Certainly. We'll be delighted to serve you.
So badass. There's also another path. I'm gonna go check it out really quick. But yeah, realism just doesn't really hold up a lot of the times. And games like this, games with a style that they're trying to create or like perfect, those hold up way more than your Call of Duties or whatever.
Okay.
To wake up the Khan, we need to defeat 9 to wake him up.
Judge, I'll take care of them.
Okay.
Let's see who we can wake up. Alright, so just 9 for all these dudes.
What?
Alright. So we have a set number to kill before we can wake him up. While we're at it, let's save so I don't have to watch the cutscenes either. So yeah, certain games still hold up today. Let's say like PS1 era graphics when they weren't trying to do a realistic look, of course. Crash Bandicoot still holds up really well. I think Ape Escape does. There's a few more, maybe a lot of 2D games as well hold up really well. Like certain fighting games and other sprite-based games on the SNES and the NES, they still hold up visually because they were made in a style rather than realistic. Am I gonna die? Nope. Okay, I'm glad that Master Smith is very tanky. He's one of the tankiest characters, so he can take a lot of hits. Okay, you know what? Let's. Oh, it's not pausing. This game doesn't pause. There's no real pause. Oh wait, do they wake up automatically? Because it looks like I could change to the Khan right now. I also have a different costume on too. Just noticed that. It's kind of cool. Let's do carrier pigeon real quick. What do you got for me? Dear Amir, this is a warning, Amir. Transfer $100 to my account. I'm absorbing a $25 loss. Final offer, alright? Nothing terrible has happened yet. It's time for you to send the money. Consider it a gift from me to you. Surprisingly, the Smith Syndicate has many talents. And I ain't talking about cheap tricks like swallowing goldfish or cramming your head in a rubber glove. They're on a whole other plane. I saw it with my own eyes. Heroes for our age. Dan Smith is straight out of Jap anime. Launching balls of light and shit. Yeah, you bet. It blew my socks off. Hell, I wanted to shake his hand and ask for an autograph. But I decided to put my life first. Kaede Smith spurts blood from her arms. What a sick sight. And then what did she do? She flattened a wall right before my eyes. She must have taken out some kind of barrier. That's what Kaide's blood can do. Sometimes her arm sucks blood. That's some stuff I didn't need to see either. Master Smith is still a mystery, but I do know that he can do sweet wrestling moves. He was a small-town pro wrestler who drew crowds to main events. But just before he made his debut in the New York scene, he mysteriously disappeared. This is common knowledge among fans. The only thing for sure is that there's more than meets the eye. An update will follow. Johnny Gagnon. Again. Here's Travis again. Let's see what he has to say. He's number 1 today. This is like more political stuff. Travis sometimes says like tips, but usually it is pretty oh, turn around please.
Fuck you.
Usually it's like either something political or a tip. So it's either one. Where's your weak spot?
Fuck you.
And I think I know which Smith can jump up here. There's a Smith who can jump really high, I forget who it is though. So here's Kevin, he has knives. It's like, take this. The best part about him, he doesn't have to reload. So those dudes always spawn. It's kind of annoying. I'm not sure who can jump up there, I forget. Unless it's just part of a puzzle, so I'm just gonna go back. Yeah, I do appreciate games with style more than like, oh look at our graphics. We have amazing graphic. I appreciate games with style more. That doesn't mean that a realistic game can't have style, either. Certain realistic games still look good today, but I just can't think of too many off the top of my head. It's like games with style like Okami or like Guilty Gear, Exard. Like if you're talking for more modern, stylized games, those are gonna hold up for years. Like people are gonna look back on those games and be like, these games still look freaking fantastic. And that's what I think these games do better, is being a bit more timeless, especially in terms of art. Alright, so he's just talking about like what would happen if we killed him, because he is part of the... He's like the bond between Japan and the US. Bombhead smile. I forget, like...
Fuck you.
I think you can only kill him with headshots. I think that's their deal. But it's like a timing thing.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Alright, so it's not too bad. Their whole head is the critical hitbox, so it's a little bit easy. Another Harmon's room. I don't think we're in too much danger, so let's just keep on going.
What? What?
Yeah, the time of release for this game is a bit weird, to say the least. I think it was during a time of shooters, like simulated shooters, kind of like Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, some other Battlefield. There was just a lot of shooters during this time. Okay, what do I do with this guy? Shoot him there. Easy. So a lot of these enemies are just like a bit more timing based.
Fuck
when you should shoot him. Already mixing up pretty well the variety of enemy types. I think the only problem I would say now is the respawning enemies can be a problem depending on the situation. Got another Harmon's room. Let's actually check if this is a save as well. And I do like how they have a combo counter of how many criticals you have on the top right. It'll tell you the amount of criticals you got in a row. Not sure how to... Is there a way to zoom? There you go.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Should level her up a little bit as well. Seems like a pretty useful ability. At least the waiver.
Doesn't it?
Alright, so... interrupted and I died. Just a second. Alright, I'm gonna switch back to Coyote because I just remembered that to use your ability you have to press a certain button. So I'm gonna go back and try to go to that room again. The way Coyote holds his gun too is pretty ridiculous. And even the recoil goes down to the left as well whenever I shoot. It's a very weird recoil. No, I don't want to talk to you. Here you go. Yeah! It's up here. I know it looks like very simple a lot of the times. Like untextured walls and stuff, but they have a gradient on them of course, but it's very simple. And that's why I really like it. Look who we have here. Like the coolest thing. Pretty dark, man. So we did get a new ring. The water ring. Why rings? I have no idea. Put him so close. It's a good thing he's like a lesser smile as well. So you can just kill him really quick. Man, they put him really close to that area. Of course, we're gonna switch back to the car. Yeah, what this game does a lot, they didn't even teach you about maps unless it was in the tutorial. But on the map screen, it'll tell you like exactly where you need to use a certain character or a certain item, so it's all there. It's in the map screen. So it's just a little bit weird to find it, I guess. Whoop. I didn't know there was another one there. Just shoot him. Just shoot him.